Welcome back to Ben's garage. We're back in the garage. We're gonna crack on with this Audi. We're gonna get it jacked up, see if I can spot where the pipe's burst or whatever's burst. The Hobbit's here just give me a bit of assistance. If we need to start it up to see if we can hear where it's coming from, we can do that. But for now, we're just gonna crack on, get it jacked up, and I'll get underneath it and we'll have a quick look. So I'll bring you down there when we get done.
Do you want me to do it now you've got it on the axle? Yeah.
This is how to jack up a car. I need to start it up yet, I don't know. Right. Right, just going to swap cameras and I'm going to get underneath the car. Right, we're going under. So that's an intercooler there. And that's an intercooler there. I'm hoping it's this pipe here. Or there's something across the bottom here. But I can't see anything, so we're going to have to start it up.
Yeah, press record.
So what are you wearing, Tina?
It's a nice, I suppose I better show you the hoodie, haven't I? I've had it for ages.
Alright, turn around. Modelled expertly by the Hobbit, Ben's garage. Fleece tops, whatever you want to call them. Product placement. I don't call it merch because I don't like that word. But and Tina hates it, yes. I've had a look underneath the Audi, and Tina's obviously started it up, as you saw. I can't hear any leaks, but there is a hell of a lot of noise coming from the airbox area. So I'm going to take the airbox out and see. Yeah, because there's got to be a pipe that comes off the turbo underneath. Air goes in, and it's got to have the forced air coming out. It sounds very noisy up there, so that's what we're going to do. All right, I'll crack on over there, stop waffling. I'm going to take this airbox off first. So we'll get that off out of the way. So for a start, That's not ideal. But that's on the inlet side. That's not going to cause the boost issues. But that's a piece that we're going to have to get. This is turning out to be a comedy of errors. If you watch Hubnut, it's turning out to be one of his videos. Everything I touch just turns to shit, basically. So I need a new inlet hose, which is not that's by the by. I can order that, but I don't order that. I don't need other parts. But what I'm going to do while I'm here is I'm just going to put a vacuum thing on the wastegate and see if I can move the actuator up and down on vacuum. I think it's overboosting, and there's two reasons for that. It's the variable vanes or it's the N75 valve. Now, I've got to find where it's leaking boost for a start, which could be one of many pipes. We've got a rubber hose coming off the turbo. We've got just a couple of rubber hoses down here and a couple of rubber hoses over that side. I've got to find out where it's leaking from. So I've got a cheap vacuum thing off eBay for doing brakes. I wasn't going to spend a lot of money on something like this because I don't use it very often. I've pulled that off, so we're going to push this on. And try to create some vacuum and see if that's going to move. So that's proved the point on the wastegate. That lever is actually quite free. I'm going to end up taking the bumper off, aren't I? And just have done with it, I think. Oh dear. So I think that's what we'll do. Drastic measures have taken place on the Audi. As you can see, there's no front bumper on it. I didn't video doing that because I've had the generator running with the diesel heater. It was 9 degrees in here, so I put it up to 15 and it cut in and it heated the garage up lovely. Trouble is, got the generator chugging away and the diesel heater. It was going to be too much. But the bumpers come off really easy. There are videos on YouTube. You drop the wheel arch liners, you've got 3 bolts coming from the wing on both sides. Maybe some little bungs across the bottom if you've still got the under tray on. And you pop out the grille for the front fog light, and then there's a little Allen bolt which goes up. You just undo it, drop it down, and then the bumper pulls out. You just have to disconnect the front fog lights, and that's it, it's off. So why did we do that, you say? Might ask yourself. So the intake hose is all split. I've ordered one of those, second hand off eBay. I've tested the turbo, the vanes are all free and working. I was going to take the turbo off, but it's all free and it's fine. Once we get it all back together, I'm going to do the Mr. Muscle trick on the turbo. I've unbolted the flange, filled the turbo up on the exhaust side with Mr. Muscle or oven cleaner. Let that sit in there for a couple of hours, maybe do it once or twice. They are free, but if there's a little bit of carbon in there, it'll just clean that off and then we can run it up and it'll just blast it out the exhaust pipe. But yeah, the reason I took the bumper off was this. This piece here is supposed to be on this piece here. Now I did say something went with a big bang and a pop. It's blown the top off the intercooler. Apparently it's quite common on these Audis. So yeah, I've taken that off. It's got 2 intercoolers on this car. One either side. So you can see down in there, look. And then there's an oil cooler that bolts on the back of it. It sits in the car like that. There's an oil cooler that bolts on there. And then there's ducting that goes up from the bumper to the intercoolers. So a new intercooler is required. That is what went bang. There's no pipes apart from the inlet pipe. But that's by the by, because that's on the inlet side and it's not the boost pressure side. I can get a brand new intercooler, a Denso, so a fairly common, not common, but a fairly well-known brand, for €130, brand new, with free postage as well. What I'm also going to do, because it's got the overboosting fault on it, and it could either be the vanes or this N75 valve, I'm going to order the N75 valve. That's about €48. Order them both, get them fitted, and hopefully that'll kill the overboosting. So that's going to be it for this video, because obviously I need to order parts, and we'll have to wait for them to get in. We've got some nicer weather coming towards the end of the week. I don't know how soon the parts will turn up. They're normally within the week. We're not in any rush, but we want to get this car up and running and ready for a CT, get it all cleaned up and that, so we can sell it. One of the main reasons that we need to get this fixed and back on the floor and out is, well, it'll all become apparent in the next video. Somebody has got a Christmas present, rather a large Christmas present, but you'll have to watch that video to find out. Don't worry, I've not bought Tina a new car. We haven't got a new bit of machinery or another Land Rover or anything like that. I'm going to film that later on this afternoon, so yeah, it'll come out at some point. But that's it for the Audi for today. So hope you enjoyed it, and if you've been following along the Audi saga, so it's in the workshop now. It's up on axle stands. The wheels are off, so it's not going anywhere until it's fixed. So I hope you liked this video. Please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. From me and the Hobbit, who's indoors making pasta from scratch, as per usual, because we don't buy shop-bought pasta anymore. Once you try homemade, you'll never go back. I digress. Anyway, from me and the Hobbit, it's bye for now.